Switzerland. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how to get to the castle, but this says here Rue des Châteaux. So I think this is the road to take. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
There's a water fountain up there. Should we quickly fill it up?
That's what I'm thinking, but I think there's another one we can look.
All right, we just found an ancient door. Like, look at this. That is crazy. And then, I don't know what that says up there, but something. Maybe we can look that up after. So we're on Rue des Châteaux. Here you've got the Café des Châteaux. And I'm guessing this is the way to go. We might get lost in all these little streets. It's 1:45, so it's dinging a bell for something. Do you think this is the way to go? We don't know. How do you know? You saw a sign? Okay.
No, I didn't see something.
What's this? It's like right in the village. This is right now it says a museum, an art museum. What was it way back when? Actually, this whole city is just so ancient. There's some kind of important statue. Who's this guy? Let's see, he's a saint. And it says Saint Théodule. Patron du Valais. Patron of Valais. Okay. Look at the roofs. I don't know if you can see it very good, but it's all made of stone like that. That's really neat. And this ancient light up there. Like, how old is that light there?
Those are old shutters.
Really old shutters. It's crazy how long something can last.
That's cool. It's like a restaurant in the cave.
Oh, yeah. We've never been on this little street. Last time we took like different route up. You're filming me eating a protein bar. It's supposed to give me energy because we're about to go up, 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 up. And I need a little energy. If not, I get shaky. So I'm eating like this really yummy protein bar. We always travel with them. They're healthy. I don't think they have like sugar. I think it's all natural sugar. And this is the road we should have taken to come up to get to where we are. And instead we walked up. This city that we are in is like super, super, super important and has so much history. So here's a few facts. So Sion is the capital of the valley. The valley is, or Valais they call it, is right, well just let me show you a 360 kind of where we are. It's not, you can't really see, but we are literally in the valley, and it's the Rhone Valley. So it's where the Rhone River kind of goes through and then goes all the way over to Lake Geneva. So it kind of goes through the valley to Lake Geneva. And so it's the capital of this canton.
Sion has 33,000 people.
Yep, so it's a good size. Really beautiful old city, like you see like pedestrian streets and stuff, really cool buildings. And some of the crazy things about this city is, get this, it dates back to 6,000 years before Christ. Like, think about that, 6,000 years. So they found actual settlements, they found tools that were used by some of the farmers, and that's how far it dates back. So that's just crazy to think. So that's one thing that was really cool about this city. So another thing that's super cool is that I guess it was, I was reading 100 years before Christ, it was run and kind of in power by the Celtics. So the Celtic tribe ran this city, and then 20 years before Jesus was born, the Romans took it over, and there's like it's written in Julius Caesar's books. He wrote like documents about Sion, and then they renamed it. So when the Romans were conquering the city and owned it, it was it just had a different name, and you can still see like reminiscences of old Roman inscriptions on some of the buildings and just some of the things like that. So it's really cool. Where we are right now, you can see, so there's two chateaus. So one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very good, but right behind us, I can't even see myself. So right behind us is it was a church and a castle all at the same time. So way back when, a lot of the church or castles, sorry, were kind of where people lived, and it was like a fortress at the same time. So in this case, it was a church and a castle, and it's called le Château de Valais, or they at one point I think had it named Château Notre-Dame de Valais. And then on the other one, it's the Castle de Tourbillon. So you've got two. You can climb up both. We're going to show you what it looks like and some of the views from up there, but it's just like, it's crazy to think how old these cities are and how old these buildings have been there, and how strategically placed they were, because it was really from people passing through this valley. They were in a strategic spot to like control kind of all the passageways coming back and forth. So very cool. So come on and have fun with us. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna hike up to this castle up there, just so you can see what the hike is like. Bring some good shoes. It's 30 degrees today, so I just had a big sip of water. Hopefully I'll be good the whole way up because I don't have my bottle. It's left with Julia, who's going to go up the other side. You're going to see some spectacular views from up here. Oh my gosh. And actually, this is a really good view of the church. So the church, this was built in the 1100s. This is like over 1,000 years old. Isn't that unbelievable? It's unbelievable to me. The town of Sion is actually 500 meters above sea level, so it's not too high. And then they have like these two peaks, right, that they built their two castles on. And so it feels like you're up higher. And I'm not sure if it's because of the heat or what, but when you're walking up all these stairs, it's like lots of work. But it's pretty impressive because like, look at this thing they built so high up and then so long ago. I'm in awe of the beauty of it, and just like in awe of this whole area. It's also one of the areas in all of Switzerland that gets the most sunshine. So this is incredible because Switzerland is a very green country. There's lots of, like, they get a good amount of rain, but this city of Sion and this little area, it gets 300 days of sunshine. So if you're thinking to come to move to Switzerland and you like the sun, it's definitely the place to be. One of the other things they did is like, there's different areas like Nandes, it's called, and different like mountain villages. I don't know if you can see all the way behind me over there. There's literally villages all the way up the mountains, and they built like these little pathways for the water. I forget the name of them. It might come back to me. But the pathways all along the mountains, they literally dug out by hand, and it's just to bring water down, because if not, this area would be like in drought. And so as you can see, there's like tons of vines over there, and it was just like lots of farmlands. So basically they had to build those, gosh, whatever they are, little water, oh boy, there's like a specific name for them. Basically it's a French word, I don't know the English word, but they build them all by hand, like, and then you like just kilometers and hundreds of kilometers of these little waterways that bring the water all the way down from the mountains down below. And very interesting. We also have a friend, and she told us some really cool stories about her mom, and her mom was like 8 or 9 years old, and they had like this little mountain chalet that had, well, I mean, you're talking about years ago, but it didn't have electricity, still doesn't have electricity, no running water. And basically she would have to go up, I guess, like, I don't know, 500 meters walking at the age of 8, 9 years old. And then there was all their cows in the fields, and she would have to go to where this waterway came down and turn this big crank and then let the water come down for the cows so that they would have water to drink. And what was crazy is that because the dad had died, it was a single mom with the kids running this whole farm and everything. They kind of just kind of put her to the side, and everybody had like a certain time slot to go and get the water. Well, because they were kind of like unfavored, if you will, they said, well, you have to get it at 11. So this little 8, 9-year-old would have to hike up the mountain, stay in the chalet all by herself, like scared probably of who knows what. I know I would have been scared at that age. And then wait till 11 p.m. at night to go crank the water thing to let the water down. So it's just like, it's crazy to think what people, you know, had to go through and how they lived, and how easy and how good we have life. You know, we have so many cool things just given to us, and then sometimes we still complain about it. So it's pretty shameful, but it's unbelievable. When you hear some of these stories, you're just like, wow, it's just crazy. So here we are, we're getting close to the entranceway. How cool is that? Julia's on the other side. Let's see if we can find Julia. She's somewhere over there, hiking up.
Here I am going up to the castle / church. So there's the city down there. That's the castle. And then the church is just here. So here are like some of the flowers you find for animals. Here's kind of like a map. So I just went down this little path. And like, that's the castle up there. I'm about to go up there. And I think this is the new town here. The industry area. And then that's the other castle where my mom went up. So that's what it looks like inside the museum. It's an outstanding site museum, a 1,000-year-old place for prayer, and it's open from 11 to 6. So my mom is up there. She's right by, hold on, she's right there.
Today we're doing like a split day because the girls are actually in this little tiny village called St. Luc, way in the middle, like way down the valley, another, gosh, probably an hour, and then up some crazy road. We're gonna go join them. They've been there for the week with some friends, and then we're gonna end the day with the most delicious Swiss meal ever called Swiss raclette, which is potatoes, and you put cheese underneath the little machine, and then you scrape them onto your potatoes. So we'll film that later so you can see. Okay, now you can hear me huffing and puffing. I'm a bit out of breath. Just want to show you the trail that I'm walking up. Not sure if I took the hard side. Okay, yeah, I totally just took the hard side. Well, maybe not. I was thinking this side's easier, but whew. Here we go. And like any good castle, they have their flags up above. Interesting, eh? Look at this. So it's old remnants of what was here before. Looks like it was like a house and a fortress, basically. Imagine, like, people lived up here. You might want to say, oops, I forgot to buy the milk. Just joking. This old little tiny door. Isn't that crazy? And the old style shutters. Like, I think this thing is like 1,000 years old. Unbelievable. Oh, cool. Look at that view. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's the Rhone River down below. And I'm gonna go over a little bit further so you can get a good view of the valley. And all that whole wall area of all of this green, everything that you see green, these are all grapes growing to make delicious wine from the valley. So let's go a little bit down further so you can see what that looks like down there. The whole Rhone River is there, and it goes, loops around, and then continues through the valley back in there. But this is the way people would have traveled way back when, and still do, because it's not easy to just kind of go right through the mountains. There are a few mountain passes, but for the most part people go right through like that and then cross over. So. And that's the Rhone River. So the Rhone River starts from some of the glaciers here and then go all the way into Lake Geneva, and then eventually makes its way down to the Mediterranean Sea. Like, their strategic viewpoint to see anything coming at them was like impressive, right? And look at this. Here's my question. How in the world did they build this? Like, look at, see the cliff that goes down? And they literally just build buildings like this on rocks, on mountains. It's unbelievable. Like, literally the whole thing is just like on this cliff. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Look at, like, I'm not sure if this was like different levels of their home. It must have been. I don't know how this worked. You can see like how thick the stone walls were. Like, door, see how tiny the door is? Let's see what else is down this way. Oh wow, there's going to be an even nicer view, I think, over here. There's Julia down in the distance, waving and saying hello. Here's the view from the very far end of this cliff. And there's the castle behind me. Coming up to visit this castle, you could take a nice picnic, because look at this whole area is just really, really nice and flat to have a nice picnic at. Just make sure you bring lots of water to drink, because you'll need it. Whew. Here we go. Gonna make our way down now. You can also picnic inside the grounds like these guys are doing right here. In the shade. There's a couple picnic tables to sit at, which is really nice. Alright, time to make my way back down. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to time it for you guys so that you know about how long it takes to get up and down from the castle right down to the kind of parking, it's not a parking area, but to the, how do you call it? Kind of like the square You still have to make your way up from the village to the square, but I'll time the castle from the square in case you're wondering how long it takes. And I think the way down is always faster, so I'll add maybe a couple minutes for timing the way up. So the hike down is, so far we are at 10 minutes, and that's with me stopping to take a couple pictures, and then I stopped to talk to a couple guys that were trying to bring up a stroller. So I told them if people way back when can grow that or build the castle, then they surely can figure out and carry the stroller up. So we'll see how they do, but honestly, it's kind of hard. So yeah, 10 minutes to come down at least, and maybe give yourselves a good 15 to 20 minutes to go up. That way you can just stop, have a sip of water, take in the views, take a picture, I don't know, maybe do some yoga or meditate while you're up there. But yeah, that's about how long it takes. So there you know. Make sure you're wearing good shoes, bring water, and have fun. It was a great hike.
In here we just saw like an animal, I think, like a mummified animal, you know? Are these just statues? They look like they could be like, you know, like mummy. But
They
no.
do. It's like time with the wolf and how it's like
Oh, okay.
dogs, and how it was like it was the first animal to share life with humans, next to goats, sheep, and cows. All right, we're making our way back down. I didn't time this part, but maybe I'll start timing it so you know how long it takes to get from that platform where we were, kind of way up there, to down to the pedestrian village. Okay, so to get down from that platform to the pedestrian village is about a good 5 to 7 minutes. So there you go. So probably a good 20-25 minute walk from the little village parking lot up. You can make it in about 20 minutes. So there you have it. And don't wear high heels.
And make sure you bring water.
Yeah, that's what I said before. Necessary. Our water bottle is now cracked, but we're holding it upside down, and we're gonna go get a new one. So, like all towns in European villages, they have the most spectacular buildings that are the churches. Look at this one with this beautiful clock on it. Oh my gosh. This is their church. One of their churches, I guess. I think you can go in. Want to open and see? Look at these doors. Push hard. They're always so heavy, these doors. Attention au marche.
Oh, this is a real church.
Yeah, they're definitely real churches. This one smells like a real church. It smells like a Catholic church. That's the incenses that you smell. Here's a little perspective of where the castle is up there. It doesn't even look that high in a distance, but it really is. And that building there would have been, not sure. Maybe that's where all the nuns lived. I don't know if it's, is it? Yeah, it is. It shows a cup. Now we are filling up our water bottle backwards. Our broken bottle. Good thing is, it's Saturday, so everything's open, so we can go buy a new one. Show me how you drink with this bottle, Julia.
Okay, so
How
now
do you
since
do
it's
it?
broken, you have to like put it in your mouth really fast. Are you ready?
Oh, you mastered it. Thanks for watching our tour of Sion, Switzerland. Make sure you guys subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and if you go into the notifications on YouTube, you can be notified when we post our next videos. So stay tuned for the next ones. See you next time. Bye!